To a last half Cuban to land, the Apache taking off meanwhile. And of course, in fact, the Typhoon, as we said, operating from Collingsby, so he has gone back to base. That concluded his display.
As I said, thank you very much indeed. Well done, Don. Superb stuff indeed. Now we're going back into the front line of operations, rejoining our colleagues in the Chinook fleets, but this time very, very different indeed. It's the awesome power and might of the Apache helicopter, and to tell us a little bit more about that, I'm joined today by Sergeant John, otherwise known as JJ. JJ, great to see you again. How are things going?
Yeah, good, George. How are you?
Yeah, very well indeed.
Just in case
it's been a great
big wave now, everybody. As Captain Wilson will flash the landing now to let you know as you see you waving, and the crown, the crew will begin their display. Big wave now, everybody. Brilliant stuff to display there. 270-degree wing over, showing the great manoeuvrability of this aircraft. Although it nearly weighs today 16,000 pounds, it's pretty heavy, but as you can see there, manoeuvres with ease. A different one to the one you saw displaying earlier, an Army Mark 7 as a door gunner. Then completed his pilot training and went straight on to Apache. He loves to fish in his spare time, which is something a little bit different from flying attack helicopters.
It's got little wings on the side there. What sort of stuff can you carry on those wings then, Joe?
It's a multiple of things. So they're basically pylon stores we can call it, whatever we want in whatever place, essentially. Fuel, rockets, Hellfires. In this configuration today we've got 2 rocket launchers and 2 Hellfire launchers as well there.
Well, I hope they're not armed and ready.
They are not. They are completely safe today. However, if we were to line this up fully, we carry about 8 Hellfire missiles today and about 36 rockets, which is enough firepower to take on most things. And you get a great view of those now. As you can see, you've got the rocket pods on the outside there as he flies away, and the inner pylons there with the Hellfire missiles.
It really speaks business, doesn't it, when you look at it in that profile? That is a mean machine.
It is. It's all about the weapons with this the helicopter. It's potentially not the most manoeuvrable compared to the other types there are out there. However, what it makes up for in ugliness, it makes up for in, I think, a good punch.
And a lovely pedals and a great silhouette. I'm sure you got some good shots there, those photographic enthusiasts out there. A good profile. You see how slim it is, and that's giving it, of course, extra bit of protection against head-on enemy fire.
Indeed, and to help us there as well, each crew compartment has a little bit of armour, not a lot, but it has some, but it does have a massive 2-inch thick glass, bulletproof glass between each cockpit as well there to try and protect the crew.
Now, I understand 662 has got yet one more tour to do, is that right, before we pull out?
It is, yeah. We're due to go again next year. Hopefully it will be the last tour for 662 Squadron. That will be tour number 5, and I think we'll have nearly notched up 2.5 years there in Afghanistan, just our squadron alone. It's a great opportunity now to look underneath the nose of the aircraft there, and you'll see the 30mm cannon, which Captain Wilson will start wiggling around when we come into the lower aspect of the display. Controlled by his head, so the aircraft tracks where he's looking. And that then gets translated to clever gizmos, and then the weapons will basically follow it.
Yes, well, he's about classified up to 256 targets, which is amazing. Apparently, it's not just classifies them, it tells them which ones to attack first. So it's got all these threats, go for this, this, and this, and this. Is that right? That must be so exciting.
It is, you know, and we can set that as well to find what it wants to prioritise. So we can set it up on it first, really. Great bit of kit, you know, it's a flying computer.
And I love the way that if you're flying a formation with 2 or 3 aircraft, you can actually sort of hand off the targets to as well and engage with their weapons.
Yes, indeed, you know, we can have one sat back, pick out all the targets and send it off to all our buddies, and they can take on 4.2 kilometres, equates to just over 2.5 miles, so it's a fair old distance.
I mean, that's worth noting because generally speaking, when you're hit by a missile or a bullet from the Apache, you're never really going to see it, are you?
No, you don't see it, especially in the low level environment. It's very different in Afghanistan. We are flying up at 2,000 feet out of harm's way, and that gives us a great view of the land, the enemy survey.
Okay, well today Phil's got an altogether more pleasant task because all he has to do whilst he waggles his gun at you, he'll be using his cameras to have a look up and down the flight line. So when he does that, we'll give you the cue and you'll be able to give him a wave as well.
Indeed. And hopefully he's not feeling as sick as he sometimes does in this aircraft.
Yes, it's always harder when you're not actually flying it. It doesn't matter what aircraft you're in, it's always very unpleasant. It's a bit like being a backseat passenger in a car, really. And it can be a little bit uncomfortable.
Yes, indeed, especially during the 90 degree up, 90 degree down. It's quite a hit on the senses.
So this is displaying low-level manoeuvrability around the battlefield, an opportunity to duck and dive in and out of the trees and reposition and pop up and get a shot off.
Indeed, this is, unfortunately today we've got minimum height of 100 feet, but these guys will be doing this for real at about 10, 15 feet off the ground between the trees, anywhere up to about 150 miles an hour, so it's pretty punchy stuff sometimes. And as they bring it into a great hovering crowd centre, a massive wave, I'm sure Captain Wilson is looking up and down the flight line, making sure he's accepting every one of those waves. It's been a great display they've put on for you today, really show your appreciation now.
Yes, come on boys and girls, yeah, he can see you very, very clearly. I know I've looked at this, I've certainly only flown the sim myself, but he's got a great view of all of you up and down the flight lane there on his lens, and tiny little lens also right up next to his eye. See him flashing the light? Good opportunity to give them your very best, warmest regards and thanks for this great display.